Hello, today we're going to look at negative fractions and decimals. So we have seen negative integers, whole numbers, positive, negatives, and zero in fifth grade. So today we're going to build our understanding by introducing fractions and their decimal equivalents. So let's first try to recall negative numbers. A dam has sprung a leak. Each time the water level in the dam is measured, it has fallen by half a meter. So originally, the water level was at 3 meters. 3 meters minus a half came down to 2.5, minus another half came down to 2 meters. And following the same pattern, half a meter more, half a meter more, half a meter more, half a meter more, fallen, 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 and these same increments, and finally going down into negative half a meter, something like this. And then if it keeps leaking or drying up, it will keep reaching lower and lower marks below zero. When the water level is half a meter below the zero mark, we say it is negative. And of course, in mathematics, we use minus sign to represent negative, or the number below zero, or if we consider a vertical number line, a vertical number line such as this one on the following page, here is your zero mark. And of course, all the numbers up are positive and all the numbers below are negative. So let's perform this exercise. At which point should Ariel write each of these numbers? So positive 2/5, we have 1/5, 2/5. This is letter equivalent to letter G. Then positive 4/5, let's go. 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, equivalent to capital E. Now let's go to the negative sign below zero. Negative 3/5, negative 1/5, negative 2/5, negative 3/5, and that's negative 3/5, and that's capital K. And negative 1 and 3/5, of course, we start with negative 1 and keep going in fifths. 1 and 1/5, negative 1 and 2/5, negative 1 and 3/5 is negative 1 and 3/5 is equivalent to capital O. Using the numbers on the number line, complete the following sentence. Let's take a look. Any positive number is greater. For example, 2/5 is greater than negative 2/5, right? Any number above zero is always greater than a number below zero. Now, any number blank is smaller. Any number below will be smaller. For example, negative 1 and 3/5 is smaller than negative 3/5 because it's farther down away from zero. Now, I'm going to skip these exercises with a decimal. They're very similar, and I would like to jump to page 42. This is page 42, and consider the horizontal number line, which is what we see quite often, right? But we do see vertical number line in the graphical plane. So again, we do have zero that is somewhere in the middle. And again, all the numbers to the right of zero are positive, and all the numbers to the left are negative. Now let's consider this horizontal number line. What is the value of each of the following points? Letter F. Letter F. So let's first consider the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each number is broken into quarters. Therefore, letter F is negative 3 and 1/4. What about letter R, capital R? We start with negative 2, 1/4, 2/4. We can say it's equivalent to negative 2 and 2/4, which is the same thing as negative 2.5. Now, letter C, C for Charlie. We actually already identified letter C, and that was negative 1/4. It's very close to zero. Letter I for igloo. that is on the positive side. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. This is letter I. It is positive 3/4. Letter O, again, to the right of 0 after 1. 1 and 1/4, 1 and 2/4. We can write down 1 and 2/4, which we all know is the same as 1.5. And finally, N. N is right here. Again, to the right of 0 must be positive, and it is a 3 and 1/4. Finally, this is a very useful exercise. Daniel draws a horizontal line, right? Let's label the horizontal line. We're going to spend some time on this exercise. And what are the values of points A, B, C, D when x equals to 0? So here's how I suggest we complete this exercise. We draw a table, and I suggest you do the same thing. We label the rows, we separate the rows, and let's create a nice straight line. We separate the rows, and we create columns for A, for B, for C, and for D. Let's label it. This is going to be our column for A's, for B's, for C's, and for D's. Now, if x equals to 0, right here, if this is our 0, let's label it. And of course, I'm going to erase it because x is multiple things. If x equals to 0, then A is 1, 2. A is -2. B, let's write this. B is -1 and 1, 2 out of 5. So it's -1 and 2, -1 and 2/5. C is going to have a positive value. 1, 2, 3 out of 5. So it's 3/5 on the positive side. And D is going to be 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 4/5 on the positive side. Now, I will consider letter C. Letter C, if. And what I'm going to do, which is very convenient for me because I'm on a digital whiteboard, I'm going to erase my doodles. And of course, x is no longer 0. X is now -1. X is -1. So what would be A? -2, -3. In this case, A plays the role of -3. What would B be? It is -2 and 2/5. What about C? Well, if this is -1, then this must be 0. 0. So C is only 1, 2, -2/5. And D would be positive. 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5 equal parts. 4/5. Okay? Finally, I would like to consider if x equals to -5. Let's label this. X is -5. Then A is -7. It's farther to the left. And B is -6 and 2/5. C is positive. Oh no, it's definitely not positive. Well, I'm sorry, my friends. Let me first erase. Now, what is C? If this is -5, this must be -4. And this must be -3. So C is -4 and 2/5. -4 and 2/5. And finally, D is -3 and 1/5. I hope you found this number line exercise useful in your exploration of positive and negative fractions.